And now we're going to stream live to YouTube, so stand by. And it looks like we are live. I love it when we are live. This is season 3, episode 119. Welcome to PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast, clearproptv.com if you want to watch us, and paratalk.org if you just want to listen to us because we're not pretty enough for you. Well, we try to be as pretty as we can. Absolutely. We have a lot of people in the super chat. So let me say hello to everybody real quick. John Wayne, thank you very much for supporting our channel. John Wayne is one of our supporters. If he was athletic, he would be an athletic supporter. We got Care PPG, Jim Senard from Canada. What's up? Bill H. And we got Wade Collins, Joshua Marsh, Travis D. It's a Travis D again. Will Fly. I'm scrolling down so many things. PPG, the other Nick. What's up, bud? Glad that you made it here. And Kelby Cox just said hello also. I think he said, hola, what's up? What's up? Man, it's going to be another amazing podcast. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Obviously, you could be doing something else like flying, but you decided to stay here and chat with us tonight. We got Mark McElroy from Paralife PPG in the house. David Wolf just jumped in. Magic ATP. Daniel Roosh. Man, we got so many people rolling in here, but we will come back to you guys in just a moment. Thank you so much for joining us. Anyways, let's go ahead and introduce everybody on the panel real quick. As always, we got Jim Senard, Simnard. Am I saying it right? Simnard. I think I say it too fast, but I'm trying to say it right. Am I saying it wrong? It's not Simard.
Yeah, there you go.
Simard. Okay. Apparently I've been saying it wrong for the last 3 seasons. I'm glad that you said something. Simard. Gotcha. Jim Simard from Canada, His money smells like maple syrup, and he does printing for us from carepp.com. Welcome, Jim. How you doing, bud?
Doing well. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Making any more paramotor calendars from paramotorcalendar.com, or is it time to do something new this year?
I think we can get some more pictures and do another one. I think it'd be cool.
We'll definitely have to do that, especially since Bad Apples is coming up. Since you're in Canada, you won't be able to make it to Bad Apples.
Not this year.
But you are flying PPG, right?
Sure are.
All right. Now, what are you up to now? So how many flights?
I think it's 114.
114. If you want to see Jim's crazy shenanigans, go over to careppg.com. Thanks, Jim, for being on the panel today. We also got Will Fly from willflyppg.com. What's up, bud?
Hey, man, what's going on? It's good to be here.
It's another beautiful day. And once again, you could have been doing anything else, but you decided to be here on our panel. We definitely appreciate you, bud.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Hey, shout out to Ben Lorenzi. Just had an awesome weekend at Paramotor NC's infamous LZ. And I didn't even fly, but I had a great time.
Awesome. Any good videos?
Yeah, tons and tons of them. So I got some sifting to do.
All right, and you put out some really good videos, and your videos are over at willflyppg.com.
Yes.
Right. All right. So were you able to fly today by any chance?
No, my motor actually is at my mechanics getting the 100-hour maintenance on it.
Oh, okay. I like that you got a mechanic. Anybody in the chat, do you have your own mechanic for your paramotor, or do you do all your work on your own paramotor? I'll check the super chat here in just a moment. We also got, and thank you very much, Will, for being here. Definitely. If you have any questions, make sure you get up with Will Fly or Eric Lear. They're going to be making sure that all of the questions are going to be answered tonight. We also got our very own ppglear.com. Eric, what's up?
Hey guys, it's Monday night. Of course, you know where I'm going to be Monday night, sitting here on the show, moderating for questions. Let's see. Good job getting these guests, Linda. And I'm glad you have the show on Monday nights, Sean. So it's a good place to be on a Monday night.
Absolutely. And you do a show on Tuesday and your wife does a show on Wednesday. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Tuesday night hangout on Tuesday, and we try to kind of cater more towards the newer pilots that are just getting into the sport, just a little bit of education here and there. And then Wednesday night, Jade kind of looks into the females that are in the aviation industry. And it can be anything from the astronaut that she had on down to paramotors. So everything in between.
Awesome. You hear that, Linda, right? We got to have to get an astronaut on here. Well, thank you, Eric, for being on the show. And we definitely appreciate everything you do, bud.
You bet.
We also got our very own Linda Anderson from ParamomuSA.com. What's up?
Hi, guys. Welcome, chatters. Welcome, Jeff. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm like super excited, always on Monday night, because this is the place to be on Monday, because you never know what shenanigans are going to go on, what we're going to talk about. And I'm just so blessed that you guys are all here tonight.
Well, we definitely appreciate you, and anyone that wants to be on our show, make sure you go to ParamomuSA.com, and that forwards over to her YouTube page. Just PM her and say, hey, I want to be on the show, and we'll get you on the show.
Right.
You heard that, Linda, right? We got to get an astronaut to be on our show.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, thank you very much, all the panel members. Now, this is not about me. This is not about the panel. This is all about our guest. And tonight is Jeff Pearson. He's been flying since 2003. He's been flying a PPC in 2003. In 2010, he started flying PPG. He self-taught himself how to do both because there's nobody out there back in 2003. Jeff, welcome to the show, bud.
Thank you. Hello.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into PPC and PPG?
I will. I started in 2003 with a fella that dated my sister. He flew a Fresh Breeze Monster out of Gastonia here. And he tore up enough equipment that it made me look into wheels instantly. But then the lighter frame started coming out in our time. But yeah, the Fresh Breeze Monster, I think back then with a half a tank was close to 90 pounds, and he was a little short fella. And so I got a PPC because it was pretty much stall resistant, idiot proof. Just, I had PPC, I'll just get in there and nail it, it'll fly itself. Well, they told me that enough till I took it to a place called Laney's. I said, Mr. Laney, I said, everybody keeps telling me that you'll give me an opportunity to fly this PPC. Says, I bought it. I can't find anybody to train me. He said, son, take it up there underneath the power lines, turn it into the wind, stretch out the parachute. He said, nail it and the thing will fly itself. I said, sir, I don't think you understood what I said. I've never flown and I've bought this thing and I'd really like to try to fly. He said, son, I'm going to tell you one more time, take it up there and turn it into the wind, the thing will fly itself. Well, I did. I got above the trees and I was like, I'm flying. Oh, wait, I've got to land this thing. And so I got about 70 feet above the tree and I was on an old slow parachute that didn't move but about 16 mile an hour wide open. And so it started going backwards. So the first 3 times I flew, I had that same experience. I took off from the airport. I flew backwards for 3 to 5 miles. The wind would give up and it would let me get back to the airport. And so I was good on the PPC up until I learned about Beach Blast. And then I really, really wanted to attend that. And so the only way I could do that was switch over to PPG. And at the switchover point, I didn't really think it would be, any different. But boy, it was a much different in the turning, the banking, the speed, the performance of the wings versus a square parachute on a PPC. And I fell in love from then on and been pulling the strings harder and harder every time ever since. And I can't get enough and waiting for the bad apples. And hopefully I'll get in the air with this semi-fractured leg. And but I got a brace I'll get it stretched out with. I'll get it in the air. If I get there, I will fly it.
I definitely hope that you make it to Bad Apples and
Oh,
you know,
I'm going early just so I can have time to set up slowly, you know what I mean? Because when I'm hobbling around, I take a little time to get set up. So I'll be there early. I'm probably going down that Monday.
absolutely. Some people did comment about the mechanic thing in the chat. Magic ATP said, "I wish I had a mechanic. Don't know if I could trust him though." Um, let's see. Dave Wolf said, "Will Fly, you have a paramechanic." I'm my own mechanic, says Travis D. Phil Hooker. I hope I said that right. Same. Wish I had my own. Joshua Marsh, I'm my own mechanic. Mark McElroy from Paralife PPG says, I have a mechanic, PPG Lear. That's awesome. The more you wrench, the more you learn. And I think that's all they said about that. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's always fun to see what people say. I'm my own mechanic. I need to be my own mechanic. I wish I could afford Eric, but he's up in Wisconsin. So you've been flying for a while. 2003, you self-taught yourself PPC. And in 2010, you started PPG and going to different fly-ins. Now, you said that you're 6'5", 165 pounds, and you have a numerous amount of wings, a 29 wing, 31 meter, 33, 34. So what kind of gear do you fly and what kind of wings do you fly? And what do you feel, so far as your go-to wing and your go-to motor?
Um, for the fun of it, the 29 Paramania Revo 3. It's fast, it's fun, good cross country wing. For just cruising along I got a what is it, a Fusion, Paramania Fusion 31. It's still a fast, big lifty wing. It did knock about a mile or two off of or 3 off of the Paramania, but even with trims out. But the Paramania moves along so fast with the trims in. I've had Eric Farewell say, man, I had full speed bar trims out and I couldn't catch you. I'm like, well, I didn't even know you was trying, but anyway. So it's fast, it's fun, especially when, you want to turn your eyes red a little bit and get down next to the ground, slinging it around. I got an APCO Thrust 33, a Universal, I think that's the 34.
So you're flying some pretty big wings. I assume it's because you only do trike, or do you do foot launch also?
Well, the Green Eagle's a quad, and it's right on the 250, 60, whatever mark. It's probably over a little bit, but and then my 165, and then fuel. So, but the wings, depending on what you want to do. If you're just flying with a bunch of backpack guys and you don't want to fly circles around them, I put a 33 on, leave the trims in, or maybe let them out about halfway, and I'm flying with, say, some of the ozone wings on the 33. But the 29, it's so heavily loaded. I bet I could do 50 on a no wind day easily with the trims out on it.
So do you do a lot of flying around just the LZ, or do you take cross country trips?
Generally, I get a fly in. I cut the rug for about an hour and try not to circle when I come back. Maybe see a bald spot and keep my eye on it and hit it. But yeah, generally, if I'm by myself, I stay kind of close, fly some circles within probably a 12 mile from the LZ in a big circle and come back. But if it's me and a couple of people and we're gonna fly, 7, 8, 12 miles and put it down somewhere and shoot the crap and then take back off. Yeah, we got several spots out here for that.
Have you ever traveled to another country, or are you only flown in the United States?
No, I'm not taking the jab. I'm not going to get. I can't get on a plane.
Gotcha. I think
can't.
I'd rather fly in the United States also. It seems like we have.
Well, it's the whole
Federal
jab
rules.
thing. I'm not taking their, so that disqualifies me from being on their plane, I'm assuming. So. And some of their concerts and anything else.
Sounds good. Hey, you know what? In the pre-show, I forgot to ask you, how long do we have you for? We usually do an hour podcast, but we can go as long as you want to.
I'm free as I'm just sitting here and I'm free. So yeah, I cleared tonight. Just sitting here watching the sunset. Like, man, I wish we was in the air.
I know we need to do a podcast in the air one of these days. One of these days we will. Oh, here's something. Next year, I think it is. I have to double check, but there's going to be a full solar eclipse going right over Arkansas. I want to fly during the full solar eclipse. Has anybody flown when there's a full solar eclipse? And when it gets really dark, do you need to put on your strobes?
I missed the last one that came through, and it was the good spot would have been at Triple Tree Aerodome down near South Carolina would have been and I think some paramotor people did do it. I didn't get to. I had other plans, but that would be so sick to fly during that. I have flown at nighttime at Palm Bay Compound with a rocket in the air. That was pretty wild too.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to find some way of flying during the solar eclipse. So let's talk about that one of these days, guys, and let's keep our ears, see if there's any flyings or something that's going to be going on just for that particular eclipse. We might need to come up with something like that if it hasn't already been done. Eric?
Yes, sir.
I'd be down.
Any questions so far in the chat that I may have missed?
Not really in the chat. I got a couple of statements, that Michael Pendleton said, just point the wing and floor it. But I do have a question, and we asked this kind of in the pre-show. Do you fly with a reserve?
No, I don't.
Okay. And with that, have you had any, scary moments, or what has been your scariest moment, either with PPC or PPG?
I have a moment that I would rather keep off of air.
Okay,
And
yeah.
It was a mid-air in 17
Ooh, okay.
at my flying.
Okay.
So.
And why don't we talk about your flying?
And
Tell us
yes,
about
very
that.
scary. Very scary. Let's see the plane.
Oh, dang, man.
Wow.
Went to the start and stop. Oh, man. Well, that would have been scary.
And I can't draw. Yeah, I can't throw a baseball anymore. It won't. It doesn't go, but luckily I can get to the riser and stuff. But
Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to talk about it.
well, it's just so controversial and it just,
We
Well,
don't
we
need to
definitely
talk
don't
about
want-
anything controversial.
Yeah.
We're perfectly fine, whatever you're comfortable with.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
What about your best times flying? What has been some real memorable flights that you have taken?
Oh man, Panama City Beach was probably the whole ordeal that I had to go through to get to see that emerald green water at Beach Blast was well worth, I would have fist fought him and it still would have been worth it. So, but anyway, I'll make a quick sample out of it. I've switched over to PPG to go to Beach Blast, that turned into a lot of drama because he didn't want my Green Eagle there competing against two stroke. So it was, oh, we got no way to get it to the beach. It's too big. It's this and that. No, so everything I heard and was told was a chronic lie, and it caused me to go there on 2 different years. 1 year, I'll just leave your equipment at home. I'll have you some equipment. Well, that was a total lie. Cost me. I had a penthouse. It was a $4,000 room for a week. That had 5 bed. Yeah, trust me. And then I didn't get to fly on top of that. So the next year I went, I just took my toy hauler and showed up. He took my money like in July, and I was like, well, if he's going to take my money, I'm going. So I showed up with the Green Eagle and still didn't get to fly or launch from the beach behind the hotel itself, but I did go to where he trained and sent it up at John Black's training spot at Panama City Beach. And that was probably one of the, that white sand and emerald green water is something else. West Virginia was pretty wicked. I went up with a guy named George Cassell, which is a character in himself, and spent a week with him. And we took off in some bush pilots type fields, 50, 75 feet. You're either in the water or you're in the air. And it's the only north flowing river in America. And he had been in it. I think he's been in it twice now, or maybe 3 times now he's been in that river. But yeah, that was some pretty area to fly up there, flying between the windmills. There was no outs, for God's sake. It was trees and windmills, but that was a very memorable flight because I held on to the seat with my butt cheeks. Between the ridge lift and the altitude that we were at, just to clear the peaks, just to take the ridge lift brunt. We were up there, and he's like, come on, we're gonna go down here and land in Walmart's parking lot and go ahead and get us some ham sandwich and put a loaf of bread. And I'm like, dude, there's no Walmart down in there. It's just all wood. No, trust me, but there's a Walmart down there. You get down there, it was a super center. Wow, it was a whole town. You couldn't see none of it. We was up there so high. And I was like, God almighty, we got to climb back out of here. But I've been on some pretty good excursions with some of the fellas up north. The Virginia guys are pretty hardcore. Yeah, I Humley. And
Oh, now where is home for you?
I live near Cherryville, North Carolina.
Okay.
It's a little northwest of we're 7 miles from Charlotte city limit from my house here. I'm actually in Lincoln, but I call it Cherryville because Lincoln or Cherryville. I live in.
Isn't North Carolina like first in flight?
It was, yeah. That's the.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
right.
a lot.
I have a shirt that
Eric
says
and them went there.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout at JP. That's all.
Yeah, I've never actually done that flight down there. I need to go down there and do that flight. Actually, I see Todd Scott's at Oak Island this weekend. I should have went with him, but I can't walk that good yet.
I'd like to say something about that while I'm thinking about it. You were talking about the white sand beaches and the emerald water and everything. It's mesmerizing. Well, when I did that flight, Eric, I don't know, you might have been there. I know Jade was there. No, I did with Eric and Jade and Brian, but we didn't launch from the beach. We launched there from first flight.
In the parking lot, yeah.
Yeah, but there's something to say about being mesmerized by your surroundings. When I was there, I got I saw dolphin up a pod or school or whatever dolphins are in, and I actually probably flew a little bit further out than I should have. And I didn't have flotation. And I know better, but there's just something that when you see something that's like, wow, I've never seen that before. It's real easy to just focus on that, and just for a split second, take your mind off of the most important thing, which is safety, right? So, yeah, you got to do that, Jeff. That'd be awesome. Maybe we could do that sometime together as a group or something.
Yeah. Oh, I'm down. I almost went with you guys. Let's see, y'all left a fly-in or something and went right. We have moonshine or yeah.
Moonshine.
Yeah, moonshiners. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all went. I could have went then, and I was like, hell, I don't know if I were to push in there or not. But I mean, I went after April 15th. I'm off to January 5th again. So I play like a kid every day and try not to get hurt, but it ain't working good. The last 6 months ain't anyway.
So are you a low and slow or flying high type of pilot? What do you like?
No, I'm probably the low and slow. Generally, I don't know, 100 to 800 feet at worst most of the time.
Yeah.
That four-stroke dependability has kind of got me dependent. I don't know. Got me comfortable. I did have to have it rebuilt one time, and I know I'm not my own mechanic either, but I did help with the rebuild. But a buddy of mine helped me rebuild it it cost me $367, and I bought the crank. So the only thing, it was the heads and the cam. I didn't purchase. Everything else I bought, and totally rebuilt it because I didn't know if the crank got hurt because it went balls blazing to the ground and broke the prop. So I replaced the crank and everything in it. But the rod caps commenced to knocking on the crank, and I heard it flying. I was like, "Oh man, my motor's knocking! I ain't got no oil." Well, it had oil, and it was because of the impact with the ground, and it had at that point over 3,000 hours on that motor when it went crashing to the ground. So
3,000 hours. That's a lot of hours on a motor.
from 2010 till 17, yeah.
Wow. Got your money's worth.
Well, I was there for a long time, man. I was flying 2 hours in the morning and close to 2 hours every evening. So for 8 months, I was getting my airtime. Yeah.
You fly like I fly.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
fine.
now that my shoulder's back, now that this warm weather's here, I don't mind these. Anything above 50, I'll fly. Anything below that, it gets in this shoulder a little bit, and it just makes me uncomfortable. I bought this heated coat this past winter. It helped some. I took it one wheeling to try it out. It did seem to have elements in the right place. So
That's good.
maybe it'll work. Just keep it warm enough so it don't know it's 30 degrees outside.
Yeah. Keep your shoulder in the dark. Don't let it know.
Yeah, that's right. It ain't got no eyes. It don't know no better.
Tell us a little bit about Fly It if you got it.
Well, like I say, the name stemmed from Beach Blast with an argument with John Black. And so I came back here and I learned from Purdon's, Beach Blast. I went to 5 Indy Air Hogs. And so I had been to a number of different fly-ins and met a lot of people and learned what's good. You want to feed them, you want to give them a t-shirt, you know what I mean? Maybe a free gift or something, you know what I mean? Maybe a personalized armband for keeps, instead of something you just cut off. Just, little keychains and stuff like. But anyway, I had some keychains made for the fly-in. I think they were $5 a piece times 100. That's $500. You know what I mean? Just, you want to see North Carolina and Rebel Field? It said where you was at and the name of the event, and so I was able to do. I think that last fly-in, I shot $2,200 worth of fireworks, and that was at half price, so it was probably close to $4,000 if I would have had to buy them on the 4th of July. But we blowed it up. We had a little kid flying some airplanes through the fireworks. It was a good time, man. But I had some drama with some people that cut the hay there, and me and them was about to go off the deep end. Me and one of them were gonna go to see the morgue or something. They, in fact, my last fly-in, they came in contact with two of my attendees' vehicles. Dave Purdon's is one. Well, it wasn't Dave Purdon's. It was Darren's. Darren and Carrie's pickup truck that he got stuck on his receiver hitch on the ball of Darren's truck was the second vehicle. The first vehicle, he caved a fender well in on a enclosed trailer that this guy had, and made the fender punch into the tire a little bit, and I had to give that dude $65. Here, take your money back, man. Hell, maybe it'll help you get you a tire. So stuff like that, and I had people walking around telling lies. I just had too much drama for that particular field. So if I can get a new field and get something on paperwork, I'll definitely don't. The money ain't no thing, I think I blowed probably $2,600 out of my pocket. I didn't start it to make no money. That's why I turned around and put it all right back into fireworks, So I'd done it to have a good time. I cut that grass from 2014 till last year, and just for a place to fly and stuff, but it was too much work just for a place to fly. So I started the event, and then the first year my incident happened, and so it took me some finagling with the owners and the people after me being one of the people that got took out of the air. So so I had 4 of them out there over the years, and we had a good time at all of them. Most of them were 100 plus people. I think the 17 one, there was 125 here when I had to go to the hospital, but
So
I
what
broke
are
my shoulder. I wasn't gonna go to the hospital. The attendees made me go. Your shoulder looks bad. You gotta throw the belt around my neck, and my arm was hanging. I'm good. I'll go Monday. This was Saturday morning. They said, "Nah, you got to go."
you are definitely the man.
I just had stuff to do. You know what I mean?
I do have one question for you, since you've been to a lot of fly-ins, and you've held a couple of fly-ins. What are some of the etiquette thing that we need to do as pilots and people that are coming over to these different fly-ins? What are some of the etiquette things that we need to make sure that we do or definitely not do when it comes to going to fly-ins? That was a question in the chat.
Well, I caught beef from mine because I did not baby everybody. I did not gather everybody up and said, you don't fly over here, you don't fly over there, you don't fly into each other. I caught flack over no pilot meetings during the one that I got injured in. I didn't take this on to be no men, you know what I mean? That's why I don't train, is because it cuts into my fly time. I don't, I'm not going to stand out here and pour sweat and watch perfect flying conditions away to try to get you in the air. So I've never, and I tell them, I'm not going to miss flying to teach you how, so I'm not a trainer, bro. I might be able to talk to you, and if you hook to it and give it gas, I'll tell you what you're doing wrong, or video it and show you what you're doing wrong. But I ain't no trainer, and I'm just a flyer. I don't really do it for publicity. I do it because I love it. It's beautiful. There's no stoplights up there. It's the only place the police don't bother me. Come get me
Right.
now.
Right. Do we have any other questions in the chat, or anybody on the panel have any questions? It's already 7:35. We're really
Wow.
today. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not so much. Yeah, I guess a question. So, as you know, we were talking about it before the show. This was my first flying, and I will never forget it ever. I just had a blast at that flying. You know,
Appreciate it.
there's some general things, and I think one thing that really helped the flying is that the people that were there pretty much followed the common sense stuff, the common sense rules. Like, don't just hang out over the field when you're flying. You take off, get up, get out, and get away, and don't loiter. Things like that. And when you land, grab your wing, get it off the field ASAP, so that other people behind you can land. And so yeah, there's that's kind of like, that could almost be the topic of another show. I think we've talked about that before. But yeah, and you, if I remember too, man, you did not stop, Jeff. You were just like, boom, work, 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 and you wouldn't even let people help you, man. You were all about that flying. So thank you for that, really.
Well, I don't got a lot of people to ask. So I just try to do things myself. But yeah, that kind of got out of, I would have so loved to have had some help, to have stepped back and communicated with some people. And then, this last fly-in where I was actually directing some traffic and giving the Carls and the Chris Montez's and giving them some time to play even during the fly times with everybody else in the air. But if nobody was over the field directly, tear it up, man. I'm gonna give you a thumbs up when I wave you off. Kind of get out of the way a minute, let somebody land, or take off or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last one definitely was better as far as safety goes. We had some golf carts picking people up as soon as they'd land, getting them out of the field way, and the last one turned out way better than the first two or three. But they were all erratic as far as my part. Some days I was cutting grass up until, people started pulling up on it. And I'm like, well, I don't guess I'm cutting that. So, I do what I can and when I can. But it turned out nice. And there will be more. I just going to have to get the guys are in North Carolina, especially the ones that was with me out there, weren't a lot of support as far as creating a club and either purchasing land or something, and so I'm actually looking for some land in the process of maybe turning loose of the house I got here and either moving out there in the land in my camper for a little bit or just going on and starting to build a house out there. I can do most of it myself. And I got a camper to live in now. I ain't really got to sell this to do that either. So I can take a little loan out and go ahead and get started on that out there. But I'm looking for my own land if I can't just rent a field. But I'm going to keep a fly in somewhere. I'd really, really, really like to communicate with somebody at the beach though, and move ours to the coast like Beach Blast used to be. But man, North Carolina and South Carolina beaches are so tied up with military and Banner Plains and Myrtle Beach. And I sold it. We had a place at Garden City. We sold. I went to them, tried, can I take off here? No. Can I take off here? Stay below? No. I won't be over 300. No. How about here? They're building a Walmart next year. No. What about here? No. What about here? No. I'm like, dude, I'm a resident here. No. So I'm like, okay, no. Sold it. So gonna have to move further south or north, either one. But
I got
Well,
a question. It's a little bit off topic of what we were just talking about, but you had said earlier that you had a fear of heights, and that was one of the reasons why you got into flying.
that's what started it. Yeah.
So how did that experience, how did that work out for you? Your first time flying and all
Well,
that.
for about 2 years of that PPC, I'd come in and my left hand would be almost numb. There was this joystick that came up between my legs that controlled the front wheel. I had a death grip on that joystick that you wouldn't believe. I'd come in, my forearm be sore from holding that thing. So I took my first passenger up after been flying for a little over 2.5 years. And I had a grip on that stick and we was in the air and he reached over my shoulder and tapped me on the shoulder and he said, "Why you hold that stick like that? If we go down, it's going down with you." I let the stick go and ain't never really held a piece of tubing ever since. This made sense to me. It ain't no need to hold it. It's going down too. So I relaxed me right then and there, and I was like, "Oh, cool." After I got rid of the death grip, I started sinking in and getting more comfortable with the equipment and being off of the ground, much less over a 70-foot Highlander that I used to go up in. And I thought 70 foot was something. Yeah. When I took off on that PVC, I was scared. I flew a couple thousand feet all the time. I couldn't see nothing. I was always up in the heat haze and just, just couldn't see nothing. And but if that thing quit, I wanted to glide somewhere. And they don't glide like a PPG does. They tell you to put your chin to your chest. Where you see is where you're coming down. And they pretty close to that on the older wings.
Interesting. DP, I didn't see this until just now because I was scrolling through. DP donated $10 in the super chat. Said, "Thanks for Jeff for taking the time. Looking forward to watching y'all at Bad Apples." And then I saw something from somebody, I don't know if it's true or not, said Bad Apples was canceled. Was that a joke, or is Bad Apples really canceled?
So you got to consider the source on that one. No, Bad Apples is not canceled.
Okay.
And
Scare me
Tony,
there for a second.
Tony, behave yourself.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see it again. I was scrolling through, like I thought I saw it. All
I
right.
was an
knew
April
it.
Fool's-
I knew it.
It was an April Fool's joke played on Tony Marzano.
Oh, and he's trying to play it on us. That's not on April Fools.
Yeah, it's not going to work, Tony.
Tony, come on.
Ay, ay, ay. This
Just got a
guy,
question.
I tell ya.
If they had 338 pilots last year, what are they going to do with this mess this year?
I do not know. I did look though. It looks like it's going to be April 8th of 2024 for the solar eclipse. So April 8th of 2024, that's when we're going to have to come up with the flying anywhere from here to here through the United States.
North Carolina, so I'll have to travel north.
Yeah, or you can come over here to Arkansas. We might just be doing something over
Where
here.
you at? Arkansas, that's not far from Mississippi. I can make that when I go down there.
Hop, skip, and a jump, or just fly over here.
Dang.
Yeah,
I have that song in my head.
What song do you have?
Moon Shadow. All the oldsters will know. I'm the oldster. But it's, Moon Shadow. That was the song. Help me out here, somebody. In the chat, Moon Shadow. You should sing it.
Is that by Crosby, Stills, and Nash?
Yeah.
You're out of my league on that one.
Got
Yeah.
me.
No, that was Cat Stevens. That was Cat Stevens. I'll throw it out there in the chat.
Yeah, Charlie Walsh got it right. Cat Stevens.
Charlie got it right.
Woohoo!
That's right. He knows.
He gets a
Good
sticker
job,
for that.
Charlie. Good job.
Definitely. Getting stickers. Yeah, it's 7:15 already. Time has really gone by pretty darn quick. Jeff is full of information, fun to chat with. Real quick, if you guys want stickers, we have we got some Paraswag stickers. We got Clear Prop TV stickers. Jim, I think we forgot to talk about stickers last time we talked on the phone this last week. Oh, well, we talked about paramotors. That's what it's all about, right? So if you guys would like some stickers, all you have to do is text me 501-747-3558. Let me know what your name is and where you want me to send these stickers, and I will send them out. And I apologize. I think I had one person last week that texted me that I did not get out yet, but I will get them out this week. So stickers are on their way if you want them. 15 minutes
All right.
left. Any more questions in the chat or the panel?
Don't
I
be
don't-
shy, chatters. Just ask those questions.
A lot of comments, but
Cool.
Hopefully they're nice.
yeah, of course, not pertaining to what we're
No.
talking about.
Yeah, I'm just messing.
It's always fun looking through the chat. Maybe I didn't say.
That's it.
Well. See, oh, look at JP just jumped in. Mad
What?
Slopers,
Oh,
Para
hello,
Ninja,
JP
Angela.
who?
What's
JP,
that?
JP
get
who?
over here in the Zoom.
I know, JP. Why are you not here?
JP, we want to see your face.
Yeah,
What do you mean
man.
you don't have clear prop TV stickers? You better.
Isn't JP that Twitter dude?
He's that Twitter dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
he sounds
Yeah.
so familiar. Will,
That's what I thought.
gosh, give me a minute. I'll think about it. JP.
Twitter, Tumblr, something like that.
Yeah.
So
Something,
there-
something in there, Will. Yeah.
Joshua Marsh asked if I could put my phone number in the chat. I just did. David Wolf's in the chat. Joshua
Hi, David.
Marsh, Charlie Walsh, JP Tulo, Angelo Preslick, Magic
Angela,
ATP, Mad Sloper, Para Ninja, DP. I'm going up real quick just to say hi to everybody. Bill H. Lots of chatting in here. Phil.
Cool.
Bad Apples is on fake news.
Hopefully.
Oh my goodness. Eric is in here. Lots of chatting. That's awesome. I'm so happy. Nick Griffith is in the house chatting up everybody. Iron Eagle Trike, what's up? Michael Pendleton is in the chat. I'm just
Hey.
scrolling up. I'm hoping I'm catching everybody because we got 15 minutes left. And if you haven't said anything recently, say hello in the chat so I can say hello to you on air. Don't forget those thumbs up. We got 19 likes, 32 viewers right now.
Chatter.
Here's something. I was checking out our audio podcast, and we have
Yes.
over 25,000 downloads already.
What?
DP said, Elon Musk said Bad Apples is on. All right, that's good. That's what we're looking for. Bad Apples is on. Thank you, Elon Musk.
Actually, he bought Bad Apples, didn't he?
He bought, I think, well, with, what was it, $55 billion? He bought trillion or bought Twitter. I mean, Bad Apples would be nothing. It'd be like, hey, I got
$1
something in my pocket here.
Mm.
So anyway, looks like a couple people popped up on my text and said, send me some stuff. What have I got here?
Cool.
Who said that? Phil did. Hello, Phil. Charlie, what's up? I got your stuff. Thank you.
Charlie.
And I will send you out
Mr.
that
Walsh.
stuff. I'll send you out that as soon as I can. It won't be tonight. It'll probably be a little bit later.
Oh, come on now, Grandpa. Come
I
on.
know, right? Jeff Pepper said, "What's up?" And Kelby Cops, James. That's Eric Owens. I think that's the only people that said anything to say hi. So, hey, what's up? $44 billion, DP said. Yeah, that's insane. I wish I had that much money. If I had that much money, I wouldn't buy Twitter.
Dang, no kidding.
I don't think I would either.
I wouldn't buy Twitter. Nope. I'd make my own. Yep, definitely.
Jeff,
All
where's
right.
Brooke tonight? Where's Brooke? Where's
Probably
Brooke?
flying.
The PPG pirate.
Probably flying.
Oh, geez. Whatever.
Sounds cool. So you self-trained PPG, Jeff, but you also got your PPG 1 and 2, right? So even though you did self-train, you went and you saw a trainer to, up your skills, right?
Well, yeah, to attend that beach blast, you had to be PPG 2 rated. So I went to Chris Bowles, which is there again, the only North Carolina at that time trainer. But now we've got a number of trainers around North Carolina now. But yeah, Chris Bowles, I went up there to help him, to get him to help me out. And I done. He didn't cut me no corners. I done just like everybody else. I had to do the engine out from a couple thousand feet, the touch and goes. I had to do the whole paperwork and all, which was a trick in itself.
I know, right?
Yeah, there's some tricky questions. I was like, man, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it seems like all of them, the PPG 1, 2, and 3, they all have trick questions. It's like, wait a minute, that could be that, this, and this, or just this. What's going on? I know. It's crazy. You do a lot of, you go to a lot of fly-ins, and you said that you go to all of the fly-ins on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You do want to go to the West Coast, but you need somebody.
Well, I mean, I got a 29-foot toy hauler. Hey, if you're gonna go, it'd be best to have another driver so you can move more. I don't like to drive at about 10 or 11 hours, and I'm beat by myself. If I had somebody talking to me, I could drive further, or they could drive as even, so. But yeah,
One thing you could do, Jeff, is you could turn on Clear Prop TV Paramotor podcast and listen to it as you're driving, and it's kind of like someone's actually talking to you.
Well, now that you say that, most of the time I just open a GPS and then it tell me 195. I close it back, open it up, and 160 miles. I don't really, so I could technically do that to listen to one of these shows going down the road. I probably listen to this one the most, but I catch this one and David's Wolf's the most. But it used to be Anthony's, but now I think he's done fell off and don't do as much now or something. Anthony Vilas. So. But they're good to watch, but I hardly ever sitting around at this time of the night. Like right now, I'd be pulling back up the house, covering the Eagle up for tonight to keep the dew off and stuff. Just now coming in, and I don't say of a morning time. I get up. I'm like a kid. I get up by 9 or 10 o'clock. I'm out of the house. I come back after the street lights come on.
Yep, the good old days before we had cell phones. That's how we knew when we had to come home, was when the street lights started.
I'm single. My kids are 25 and 29. My son still lives with me. He just left a few minutes ago. But there's no responsibility. I'm back to me.
Well,
Do your
thank you
kids
very
have
much.
any interest in flying?
Yeah.
What was the question?
The boys have any? Go ahead, Eric.
Do your kids have any interest in taking up any form of aviation?
I cannot pay my son to fly. I took my daughter up on a PPC, and in fact, it had dry rotted axles on it. So when we came in and landed, it broke and kind of spun out in the last 10 feet. It was rolling, and I'm like, I know the axle just didn't break. And I looked, and we were saying, yeah, I guess it did. So, but I mean, it was just an old brittle axle. It'd been on there for 20 years, probably sitting in the stock, something. I don't do a whole lot of maintenance. That's why I fly what I fly. I'm not a mechanic, so I tried to buy something that I wouldn't have to do a lot of work on.
Interesting. Well, we definitely appreciate you being on the show, because you'd normally be out flying. So thank you for being on the show and foregoing flying tonight.
I appreciate the opportunity to kind of tune me into some of the new guys that, we got 25 schools across the nation pumping out 12 a week pilots. There's a lot of new faces in the game since 2003.
Absolutely.
Now that's an interesting number there. So where'd you get that? How did that number come about? Because we were trying to come up with a way of getting a measurement of how quickly our sport's growing year to year over year. So you're saying 12 pilots a week, or?
Well, a lot of them are taking on 10 at a time, especially the aviator classes.
You're saying per school?
Yeah, per school. It's good. It's getting crazy. I mean, just look at the used equipment. There's hardly any used equipment around. I mean, And if it is, you might be careful of it. But I need a lot of air conception going around. But anyway, yeah, it's something else, man. They pumping them out everywhere, and I see people, comment on other pilots, and I'm like, darn, let me go to his thing and see if he's a pilot. You go look through his pictures. Sure enough, he's on a parachute. Well, click, add him, and then that Facebook thing makes it the world smaller because it's their friends that it wants you to add them too.
Yeah.
And, but man, it's crazy. And I think at some point my Facebook's already, I'm gonna have to go delete some ex-females or something just to make room for paragliders. I mean, it's what 5,000 limit or something, and it's close.
Oh,
So
boy.
if that's the case, so Bill H said 3,000 pilots, ? And so divide that by 12, that would mean there'd be 250 schools or, instructors. So, man, I'm gonna come up with a way of trying to figure that out somewhat.
Yeah, they got to be a way to nail it down. I mean, I guess they keeping records on these schools. So I know they could tell, but you would have to get each one of them to turn in their ideas or whatever, how many they've trained.
I think that'd be kind of difficult to do because you also have, if the USPPA would have a record of how many USPPA.
Well, yeah, they would have it as well. The
Well,
syllabus that makes a copy actually. So
You know
Yeah.
what maybe would be a good indicator would be the number of people that attend fly-ins each year.
yeah, well that's it. Well, I mean, there's a lot of pilots out west that don't come to, but nowhere on the East Coast. I mean, we've been lucky to get the Predators and we've drawn a couple from out west and whatnots, and even from Italy. I'm understanding coming this time, Fresh Breeze guy, or not the Fresh Breeze guy, the Fly Products dude. But it's getting big when you draw in manufacturers from Italy to Georgia, man. Just to talk about paramotors, it's something else.
I've got one more question for you, Jeff. What's left to do on your bucket list? What's like the biggest thing?
The flying the most out west, and most all of that happens while I'm at work from January to April, unless I catch the October, the fall session of it when it's cooling off out there. But yeah, I'd like to do the Glamas, the flying circus, the Salton Sea. But it'd have to be the fall session. Like I say, the other ones is during when I work.
Right on.
Awesome. Well, we're rolling up on 8 o'clock, and we are going to have an after show. I did put the Zoom information in the chat, so if you want to join us on the after show, go ahead and jump on. You'll be going to our waiting room. I'll let you come in just a moment, so just stay there in the waiting room. Don't go nowhere. But anyways, I do want to say thank you very much, Jeff, for joining us tonight.
Yes, sir, Sean.
We definitely appreciate you. And you can definitely come on anytime that you want to. You're on our guest chat, so if you want to be on the panel, just jump on anytime that you want to, and just be on the panel with us.
I'm most certain to come back on.
Absolutely. Any other questions for Jeff before we go to the after show officially?
No, we need one thumbnail.
We do. And DP,
You know
jump.
how I am on my thumbnail.
Absolutely. DP, go ahead and jump on so I can let you on so you can get in the thumbnail.
Okay, John is he's connecting right now, so we'll get John on there, and then
there's DP. Let me go ahead and add you. All right, so let's go ahead and do a thumbnail real quick.
oh wait, DP's jumping in,
Oops, let me go back to the speaker.
and then we just gotta warn them, Oh no, okay, we're good.
All right, ready when you are, Will.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Cheese.
Hold on.
John Wayne, smile.
Oh, wait,
Smile,
do it
1,
again.
2.
I took my glasses off. Okay, do it again.
Got it.
Wait a minute, let me put my glasses on.
Yeah, we're good.
I know I'm bad. I'm
Well,
bad.
Jeff, you are more than welcome to hang out with us. We're just going to be chatting about paramotors, of course. Hang out with us as long as we want to. We will talk a little bit about bad apples. Dave Wolf has jumped on to tell us a little bit about bad apples, what's going on, and to ask any questions of David Wolf. So if you have any questions in the chat, please let us know. David Wolf, welcome, buddy. It's good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you on the show here, bud.
I know. Sorry about last night. I was so pumped up to give everybody information. So I
Oh,
appreciate
heck.
you giving me this little forum here.
What
That
happened?
happened.
What happened last night? I don't remember. What, did something happen?
Yeah,
Ah.
my whole system went kapooey.
Uh-oh.
The audio was bad and I just killed the damn show. So
Let's just say
Right.
Dave gets an A+ for effort last night.
That's right.
It was tough.
good thing the swearing wasn't seen on air because I was flipping
Right.
out. But hi. Hi, Bad Apple. I'm so excited to see all of you, Mr. Lear. I'm excited to see you, Mr. P. Mr. P.
Mr. P.
Mr. Perry. Mr. P.
Mr. P, fool.
John Wayne, you gonna be there?
Yeah.
Cool. I know Jeff's gonna be there. I know Will's gonna be there. How about you, Jim?
Unfortunately, not this year.
Ah,
What?
all right.
It ain't
Hey,
that
next
far of a
year-
drive.
Ooh, they're all
Sean's
jumping
gonna be
in.
there, so I'm excited to see everybody.
Yeah, it's a party.
But yeah, so God, where do I start? I mean, my gosh, this thing has been evolving and evolving. You just said it. I mean, Jeff just said it. I can't believe we have 3 international guests coming in. That's crazy.
Who
They're
are
all
the
gonna
awesome.
be
international guests that
speaking.
are coming in?
I mean, I don't want to get all cocky, but Eric DeFore is my backup plan for a seminar if someone falls through. That's a pretty good backup plan right there. So
Nice.
pretty cool. But yeah, so we've got Fabrizio from Vitarazi. We've got Naveed from Fly Products, and we've got Tom from Parajet coming in from England for this. So wow, what a great opportunity for everybody to ask questions and hear from them directly. You know, it's a lot of times we're going through vendors and importers, but to hear it from these guys directly, that's gonna be a huge opportunity. I'm so really excited about that. Plus you've got, let's see, Justin Fox, you know, you can sign up to do the carb rebuild. So Will could have taken advantage of that, but he
Yeah.
chose not to learn and just pass it on to his para mechanic. Wish we all
Hey,
had
when
a
you got
pair-
that kind of money, Will can afford to have somebody else. do it.
Apparently, Eric, apparently.
Lucky guy.
Hey, Dave,
So-
where do you go to sign up for the carburetor class?
So you can go Justin Fox's email address. Will, you might have it. No, you don't have it.
I do.
Who has it?
I have it.
Oh, you do have it.
Mhm.
Okay. I think it's just Justin at leadingedgepg.com.
I have it. Let me find it.
Okay. So yeah, that's great opportunity. I mean, I was talking to Justin. I said, you know, I just did mine. It wasn't that difficult, but I'll still watch it just to see if I can pick up anything else, you know? So it's a great opportunity. I know Gorilla's having his dad, Gorilla Ground, go through it because he's screwed up a couple carburetors for PPG Gorilla. So now he's going to go through it so he knows how to do it the right way. So that's a great opportunity. Then you've got Andy. I know a lot of us on this panel have gone through Andy's SIV course, so he's going to be talking about it. And you know, I'm sure a lot of us, Sean, you're nodding. All of us have benefits that we've taken out of it, and it's really, I'm sure if you're like me, it's changed the way you fly and your confidence level. So that's great. In addition to that, now Andy is going to be setting up over. So if you remember, I don't know if you guys remember from last year when Miss Katie set up for her food, and here's a great thing too. Miss Katie is going to be doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh,
Wow.
So if you run out of food, there's always food you can get from Miss Katie. That's awesome. Okay.
That's huge.
And she's really good. But Andy, I think it's good. We're going to try to get him set up there. So he's going to be doing not just only reserve repack. So if you haven't had your reserve repack, you don't have to send it away and wait for it to come back. You can get it done right there. It's $50. So I did mine last year at Bad Apples, and he's going to do it again for me. And then also, if you've been thinking about getting one of his quick release harnesses, he's going to be putting them on right there at site. So you could actually fly in the morning, give your harness to him, and hopefully before evening, flights. He'll have the quick release harness put on, and I think that's going to be $150.
Wow, I'm so glad I already have
That's
one on.
cool.
So yeah, how do you like yours?
Dude, I love it.
Really?
Yeah, I've flown some that you have to check your leg, chest, and stuff like that. And it's horrible. It's like this one, just one clip and it's done. You
That's
know, it's like
awesome.
you land in the water, you know, or lake, you know, you want to catch a fish or something. No problem. You just do one pop and you're open. It's great,
You went
right?
there. You went.
Will,
You really went there.
You're the only guy I
Good.
know that caught a fish with his
Really?
whip. I think that's amazing.
I just saw, it's funny. I just saw on the Paramotor website, Facebook page that Travis Steele, right? Travis, what's his last name?
Trevor.
Trevor
Trevor Steele.
He posted like a video that he landed in water and thought, I said, big deal. I've done it twice and I pulled out a fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're like, no big deal. I
Okay.
already been there,
But I don't
done
feel-
that.
I don't go over water anymore. Ever since last year, I'm done. I got nothing to prove. No one cares anyway. So we got that. We got the. How about? I'm just curious, and I hope this isn't a waste of time. And you know, do you think the Resurgence? You guys give me your honest feedback. Do you think it's a good idea to do the meet and greet with Resurgence PPG alumni?
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
Okay.
absolutely.
Sure.
I think
Like, I
it'd
don't want
actually
them
be
to
really
show up
nice
and like nobody turns out. I thought it'd be a great opportunity just to go say thanks and give
I-
everybody the opportunity to say, well, this
Yeah.
is what my money's going to, and I really appreciate this.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
That
the
would be great
biggest
for
thing.
Great idea.
Resurgence alumni, and it would be great for the community.
I think so. Yeah, I think it'd be good for everybody.
That's awesome. And then, so I think that's it. I think that's all 6 of them. So those are the 6 seminars. We got that going on. We've got
Got the email address whenever anybody wants it.
Go ahead, DP.
Okay, so for Justin Fox, it is J Fox Matt. So JFOXMATT71 at gmail.com.
Oh,
jfoxmatt71 at gmail.com.
I think
That
that's
was-
his. That
that's
so he's got a couple emails.
That's his personal email anyway.
Oh
So
wow, you're in.
Um,
Dang, dude.
no, that's
You're
he
connected.
made my helmet. He did a helmet for me. So that's the only reason I have that.
Yeah, and so he's actually donating a helmet that he made for the auction.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
That'll be pretty cool. So I think I got to figure out where I'm going to start all these bids, but I think that'll start off at like $125. I think it's a $400 helmet put
Wow.
together. That'll be the opening bid. Oh, DP is like, wait a minute, I paid a lot more than that. Opening bid. Okay. So so this is pretty cool. Rob Cato. So I think it was my first Bad Apple fly-in. So that was what, 3 years ago? Because it was last year and then we had the year off. And yeah, so 3 years ago, Rob Cato had a VR simulator. Does anybody remember that? Was anybody there? No? Okay, so there's a VR simulator. It looks like when you're, doing a hang test and you're learning that, it looks just like that, but you got the VR glasses on, and every little input that you make, it reacts like you're actually flying a paramotor. It's pretty damn cool. But now he's got it with a speed course as well. So it's free to enter in. Fastest time is going to win a door prize.
Wow.
That'll be pretty fun. And then, of course, we've got the kiting war.
I love kiting wars.
I'm glad I'm on the speaker and the megaphone commentating it, because I'm not that good. Honestly, I can get it up, but I'd only last about a minute or two. Hey, don't.
Hey, this show is rated PPG.
Censor yourself.
I just put that ball on the tee and let you just knock it out of there. All right. What else? What else? Oh, I thought that. So let me tell you the story behind this. Chris Holbert calls me up earlier this week. He goes, "My dude," because that's how he, talks to everybody. "What's up, my dude?" I was like, "Hey, what's up, my dude?" So he says, "Hey, all these people are calling, and Tom is thinking about coming in from England from Parajet and wants to know what the entertainment is."
Yeah.
What do you mean entertainment? Do you know how much work I've put into this?
All the new people flying.
He's like, every fly in other countries, all the big ones have a band or a DJ. I'm like, dude, no, I can't do all this. And then so I talked to our, the people that I'm working with to plan this. And they said, listen, we don't want to spend money on a band or a DJ because that money is really going to Resurgence. So I said, yeah, that's definitely more important. If my son was coming, he could DJ it and he wouldn't charge a thing. So we came up with this jam session. I heard Eric Lear is bringing his tuba. Is that correct?
What?
Mhm.
That.
Yeah, it's
that's
polka,
not happening, but I do
polka
have
music.
absolutely
All right.
huge speakers and big amplifiers, but they only play music. I ain't singing.
I saw
Thank you.
Shane Robbins said he was bringing some sort of flute. I don't know if that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Not appropriate on the show.
Okay. I'm just saying what I read. It's all right.
And we all know what that
that.
means.
All right. And I did, can I share something?
Is
Sure.
it personal?
Okay. I don't know if I can. No, it's fine.
Oh,
Where's
man.
God, I don't remember how to do this. Oh, you have screen sharing on?
Yes, I do. Go for it.
I can't find it. Videos, where? I guess I can't.
I can't find it either. You sure you got it?
I don't know. I'm looking for screen share. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Should
Sorry.
be bottom green.
Bear with me 1 second. So I did have all this stuff prepared for last night, or maybe I don't. Okay, I don't. Never mind. I had this cool little picture of. All right, maybe it's under the downloads. Bear with me. Bear with me. I was going to show a little bit of the field and where things are set up, but maybe it's not a good idea to do that right now because I can't find it. Oh well. Downloads. Oh, there they are. Let me see if I can do it real quick. Bear with me.
Since we are talking about the flying, can you tell us a little bit about the flying etiquette? We had a question in the chat about that.
Yes, DBAD.
Yes, for sure. We all know that one, but
Let's see if I can put it on the desktop. Okay, let's see if I can grab it from there. Flying etiquette, I think we all know it. Everybody here has been in
know it.
plenty of
But
flying.
when we go to a flying, it's like, dude, really?
Yeah.
I find it's either the people it's their first fly-in or the semi-pro flyers that break the rules most often. So some they don't know it, the others they know it too well, and they just want to show off for everyone.
I vote for
Yeah.
the latter of what Philip just
Yeah.
said.
I agree.
So here we go. I think I might be able to do this. Let's see if I can do this here. Bear with me, guys. Let's see if it works.
Like that
Okay,
dude
now
at
we
the
can
end of
see everything on my
Blues.
screen. That didn't work, did it?
Yeah, you got to pick the middle one that says Windows, unshare that, or just
God.
start over.
Oh my gosh.
Stop sharing at the top, I think.
Desktop. Okay, here we go. Here we go. How about that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make that. Okay, so real quick here on this one. This is just showing the flight line here, the bathrooms, Max hangar, the pavilion. So all the stuff, all of the seminars are going to be done right there in the pavilion. When you come in on the purple road here, it's not going to be purple in real life. You come in, you'll check in, you'll get all your stuff. Now I know a lot of us that are here are going to be there a little bit early, but as soon as CC gets there on Monday, you can start checking in, get your wristband, pay for everything. And of course, Miss Katie's going to be setting up in this area over here with the food for that whole time. Can we get out of that? Perfect. And then let's go over to this one here. Is it this one? Okay, this one. Can you see that?
Yep.
Brilliant. Awesome. So this was the big question. I know everybody had concerns about parking and all that. So if you can see, here's the road that comes in from Hodges, and you've got your pavilion down here. You've got Miss Katie up here, the bathrooms here. You can see there's these two spots here. Those two electrics are taken, and then the 4 over here. But and it doesn't even come this far, but all of this extra stuff is going to be wide open. Everything in green for parking. There's this whole area on the backside of the lake. And this area over here, I don't know if Mac's opening that up, and I hope to God he is, because that's going to free up so much more space for camping as well. And then you've got your LZs. And I know this is a little bit, you got more room than I give it here, but hopefully that helps. Does that explain it a little bit better, I hope?
Yeah, but where are the hookups?
The
At
hook.
the bars,
Available.
at the bars at night.
Not hookers, Dave. Hookups.
I'm-
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Okay, so you see the two little dots. There's little all along. There's the post right here, and I think each one has 4 different electric hookups. Some of them are for more power. Eric, you can help me with the different wattages. I don't know the different wattages.
Yeah, so each one will have a 50 amp service, 30 amp service, and I think 2 110 outlets. But I mean, there's plenty of places, because it goes between, it goes all the way to the corner of the yellow line that's on top. And then it goes, I guess that would be considered south,
This,
down that runway.
Yeah.
And there's hookups all along. I mean, there's plenty for everybody.
Okay, are there hookups all the way down where on the LZ on the right? Towards
the
the
left?
main road?
on the left right here?
No,
There-
the other side.
Over here, yes, there's more hookups over here. So this is where I believe you guys were last year on this. This is the southeast corner.
Okay, now go
Mhm.
up. Do the hookups
I
go?
don't think there's any hookups there. I don't think so. I could be wrong. All I know is this year I'm gonna go ahead and make a map of all the hookups and what wattages are on each post. So that next year we're more prepared. I tried to get all that information ahead of time, but could not get it. All right,
Good stuff, Dave.
there you go. What other, I know I told everybody, look, if you have a generator, bring a generator. Worst case, you might even just rent it out to someone that needs it. Cash. Let's talk about cash. So if you know, okay, so there's the raffle for the Paramotor with the Vitarazi motor, which I still haven't found out what motor they're doing yet, but I know I'll have all that information by the time that week rolls around. And there's also a special throttle that's being donated. So let's see, from Liberty Paramotor. No, I'm sorry, that's off-grid aviation is donating the throttle. So all that's being linked together for one big raffle. Those are $100 each. So let's say you know that you're coming and you're camping for 5 days with a hookup, okay, with electric, that's $100 there. You know that you're a pilot, that's another 60, so that's 160. Maybe you wanted to get 2 t-shirts, so that's another 30, you're at $190. And now you know you're gonna get 3 raffle tickets. That's $490. So you're gonna come with $490 in cash and hand it right to CC.
But then on top of that, you're gonna have the auction also?
Correct. Correct. So if you want to bring more cash for the auction, but CC said that if you want to do a check for auction prizes, you can do that because she can go ahead and run them through. Just hopefully they don't bounce and then she's in a bad shape. But cash is the best thing to do. I know not everybody's going to like to bring this ton of wad of cash and sit in their campers or trailers. So there's that. And then of course you got food and there's
I'll hang on to it.
and there's going to be so much stuff that you can buy and do all this. That DP said he will hold on it.
I'll hang on to your cash. Just
Like we all need a banker in
safe.
Monopoly. He's going to be the banker.
hey, you got to trust a funeral director, right?
Can't take it with you, so you might as well give it to the funeral director.
That's right. I'll take it with me.
There you go. Volunteering. So if you're hanging out and you're going, I really don't care about flying right now, you want to volunteer, see if anybody is needing volunteer, ask one of the staff members or the air boss if he needs anybody help with the wands, because I have those electric wands that I bought, the sticks, the air traffic control wands. So those light up, so we'll be able to direct traffic a little bit more. I really loved that last year. You just see people like standing up there waving, no, hold on, you got someone coming in and everything. It gives, for me personally, with all those people, it made it a lot more comfortable for me knowing that I was flying in that huge wreck of people. Out of curiosity, I know a lot of us are coming early. How many of us sitting here right now plan on actually flying anywhere from Thursday through Sunday? Okay,
Probably will.
that's cool. That's fine. It's absolutely, that's what
Well,
you're
here's
there to do.
something, David. Here's something, David. How about for people that want to get into flying, possibly have school coming up soon, and don't fly? How much does it cost to come over and just hang out and talk to people and stuff like that? Zero.
Nothing. Spectators are free.
So anyone that's out there that's thinking about getting into paramotors, the best thing to do is go to one of these fly-ins. And if you want to go to this Bad Apples fly-in, hang out with us, meet up with all of us, hang out with us, watch everybody fly, and you can really get yourself immersed into paramotors.
Sean, I think it's a great idea because as we all know, sometimes, I'm a perfect example of going to an instructor and it clashed and it didn't work out right. And I end up going to another instructor and, how great it would be to go there and you got all these instructors standing by their booths or canopies and you're talking to them and you find out who you click with.
Yeah.
Right. And who you feel most comfortable with. That's an awesome opportunity. I don't know where else you can get that opportunity except to fly in like this.
That's what I did last year.
That's
That
right.
is
I remember
super.
I went to
DP
Bad Apples and I went to training in Lake Wales in June.
with one
And
up, right?
you took
Yep,
your
with one
first,
up.
took your first tandem there too. I
Took my
got,
first tandem at Bad Apples. Yeah, that was the first time.
That's right. I remember.
got you
Yeah.
hooked, buddy.
Yeah.
No, I think
Sure.
the exact words you used were, "I'm sold."
Was that it?
I'm sold.
Yeah,
So
I was
I
sold.
want to, does Linda, do you have a pen and paper handy?
She's a
Linda?
mom, of course she does.
What,
Yeah.
what? What? Did I hear my name?
Yeah,
Yes.
I have it. I have a
Hello,
little,
hello?
DP does, but I had a little challenge so there's 11 of us. Eric's got to come back. Oh, no, that's not Eric. Oh, Eric's there. I'm sorry. Riverfoot Cassidy. Sorry. But there you go.
There he is.
How about the 11 of us, just for fun, right now, take a guess what the total number of registered pilots will be. So last year we had 325.
I thought we had 326.
Okay, 320, whatever it was. It was
Well,
close.
when you were showing the map and you
Well,
showed that
I
place
counted
that was south of
325
the
because DP
pond.
only brought one leg with him. Now it's
Well, you know that he
I guess
said he
you
brings
rounded it
enough
up.
leg to go flying. So, yep.
okay. So what do you think? Sean, I'll let you go ahead and call them out since you're the host, but what do you think the total number of registered pilots will be? I'll announce it Saturday night at the auction. By the way,
because
if
we
you-
won't
if-
know because we can't register on the
Oh, you won't. You have to
website.
guess.
Right
It's just,
to your head,
just you.
yeah.
So
It's just
we're
you.
just going to guess because, well, let's see, 325, 326 last year, but that was coming right out of COVID.
Yeah.
But I think that, Bad Apples is the place to go and people are going to be like, I want to go back to Bad Apples. So at least the 325, 26. So let's say 350 registered pilots. That's
Okay, DP looks like DP's writing them down. All right.
Yep, 350 for Sean. I'm gonna say 450.
Wow.
I think it's gonna escalate from last year, especially with the
That's what I
guests
was
that you
thinking
have.
too, DP. I was
this
gonna say
year.
450.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you when you were showing that map and
Yeah.
that section southeast of the pond from your picture,
Yeah.
that you didn't really know if he was gonna open it up or not. I was thinking, well, what if you like bump up from last year? Because it was
Oh, yeah.
tight
I know.
last year with all those
And
folks.
to that point, DP, we are going to have to pack in like sardines. Like I know everybody wants to bring a canopy, but if I start seeing like people with multiple canopies, I'm going to tell them there's no way we can do that. I'm going to be telling people as they pull in, you've got to park tighter together. I know everybody wants land. We don't have the land to give this year. Even I hold myself accountable for that.
We
But
might
if they
have to
do open
go-
up that spot on the southeast end, I mean, that's as big as either of the other two, is it not?
Right. It
On
is
the other
pretty
side of the
big
pond?
area. Yeah. So I'm hoping Mac has got that cutaway for us, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'd hate to see next year that we have to go ahead and close it off at a certain number of people. I don't want people traveling and then saying, sorry, you can't come here. So, but we'll make it work. We just got to work together as a community. I really, really believe that. And, we'll figure it out. We'll figure
right,
it
what's
out.
I
your
have a
guess, Jeff?
feeling It's gonna be huge. I'm not gonna be there, but I am gonna be at Torchport Memorial Weekend. I'll be there on the 28th, which is like 45 minutes for me from Petoskey, Michigan. David.
So you are going to make it to Bad Apples?
No, not Bad Apples, Torchport
Oh, well.
at the end of May, Memorial Weekend, Eric Lear. And I'll have my cowboy hat on so y'all can find me.
I'll be
I'm
there.
probably the only one wearing one.
But what's
Now
your
you're
guess,
like, oh,
Linda?
there
How many
she is.
people?
Yeah, what's your guess, Linda?
Yeah.
We're all waiting to give our number.
There you go. I'll just be like, I'm here.
She's not
I'll
with
be
you,
there
Dave.
on Saturday. When you
Hey,
gonna be
Linda.
there, Eric?
Linda, how many people you think are going to show up at Bad Apples this year? It was
Oh,
in the 300s last year.
I said, I thought, well, I was kind of thinking like you, but I think I was thinking 425.
All right. Jeff, what do you think, Jeff?
380.
Jim? Oh, you're on mute, buddy.
Yep.
There you go.
395.
Is that
395.
Canadian?
Will? And don't ask what the lowest bid was.
No, I'm gonna say 289.
$1.
Yeah.
$2.89.
I think you're right. There's gonna be-
I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna put
I'm
a
not saying,
point.
I'm just saying, you know, I mean.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
just-
gonna put a 0.5 to mine just to add or to take off my leg. All right, so
But you can't
Eric,
go over, right?
I'm gonna give you my number, but DP, I had this number in my mind before you said yours, because my
Yeah.
lucky number is 51, so I was gonna say 451.
you son of a bitch. That's all right. It's gonna be 450.
Someone's gonna say 452, I know it.
Okay.
Well, I
All
said
right,
Eric
It's a strategy, right, Dave? It's a strategy.
Right. The price is right.
And you know what, because I'm counting ballots, I can add numbers to it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So let's just forget this.
that's.
Really?
I do want to say.
Good.
I do want to shout out Shannon Brooks for donating $5 in the super chat. They did say, will they have wings to try out?
I know
I'm
as a fact
sure.
that one person will. I'm not gonna say
I
who it
bet they
is.
will.
But I know that there will be wings, a wing at least.
I'm sure there's gonna be people there loaning out wings to try, because why not? They're trying to sell them. And I know Vitarazi has said that they want people to go try out a motor if you want to. So yeah, there's gonna be
There you
options
go.
for you.
Go
Yeah,
there
I'm
without
trying
a
to pressure.
wing.
I'm trying to pressure Mark George into letting me do that anyway. So maybe
There you
he'll
go.
open it up. Eric, what do you think, buddy?
Jade and I are saying 362.
Really?
62 River,
382 for me.
382 Phil.
The big turnout this year. I'm gonna say for 20.
What's that?
How many?
20.
420.
420. And then Mr. John.
Man.
Mr. John Wayne, partner.
250.
250.
Oh, I've done
Even
been
less.
Low expectation.
Yeah, there'll be less people this year. I'm almost certain.
Wow.
Why do you think that though, John?
Because I booked a motel room and I booked one last year. And I
Right.
know the difference between who was downtown last year for this and who hasn't already booked their room. And there's lots of open rooms in town.
Maybe
And
there was
there
something
was-
else going on last year.
There wasn't last year.
Maybe there was another event going on last year alongside.
But it could be, but that's what I'm basing it on.
Yeah, there was. 'Cause
John,
that
I
Hardee's
hope
was
you-
packed that
I
morning.
hope you're right, John. I really
Yeah.
do. I would love for there to be less people, but here's what I will tell you. We already know that there's a lot of people that are going early. We know that we've got people coming in from other countries. I know a lot of people who have never been to Bad Apples that are going to Bad Apples this year.
Oh, you may be right. I just using
Yeah,
that.
like, and those people usually bring their students, like Josh Bowden is going to be there. And what's his face? Steve Minty's going to be there. Okay. Kyle O'Glee is
trying to
hinting
bring
that he
some
may,
people too. I'm trying to bring some people.
Kyle O'Glee is hinting that he may be there. Justin Fox has never been there. So there's a lot of people that are going to be there that haven't been there. And I really have this strong feeling it's going to be packed.
Oh, you
could
may
be
be
wrong.
right. It could be a bunch of them.
Yeah, I really foresee this growing and growing and growing and really being the fly-in to set the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they said it last year.
They did.
Yeah,
They
they
did.
did.
But you know what? That doesn't mean that I can't steal ideas, because I saw this picture and Nick Griffith posted this picture. So credit to him of what was the fly-in that you guys went to in Florida a couple weeks ago, and they had the poster of where to fly and where not to fly.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
that was
just-
cool.
So let me see if I can just pull it up. on my phone.
Okeechobee.
Yes, Okeechobee.
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
So I just saw today we had picked up, here we go. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's the banner. We just picked it up from the printers today. There's our map of the area of where to fly and where not to fly. So that will be up in the pavilion as well. And then we've got our sponsors banner.
Nice.
Nice.
We got all
Cool.
that stuff picked up today, which means the t-shirts are right behind. And
All right,
It's
y'all can't steal this idea. I didn't have enough time to get it done, but next year I'm gonna make up a shit ton of Bad Apples logo pins that people could put either on their harnesses or on their jackets or shirts or
wow.
whatever.
That's cool.
I think those would be a nice little giveaway prize to the people that show up for Bad Apples.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
So
man,
did you-
something else to go through your prop.
Dave, are you doing, you're doing that?
I was
Dave,
thinking of it. Why? Do you want to help finance?
hey, Dave, you're doing
Yes.
that?
Yeah, I was
Are you-
thinking about it. Why? You want to do
I'm
it?
just wondering, you know, I know what you do for a living and I'm kind of figuring that I know where you're getting the gold from.
That's funny.
Awesome.
Oh,
He's
boy. Oh,
blushing
boy.
because he knows it's true.
Right?
You know, there's not a whole lot of gold these days. No, I don't check. All right, so here's something I would guess that none of you know. If you have a family member that has a lot of gold in their mouth and you want it, you have to contract with your dentist and have them come to the funeral home, and they will charge you probably $3,000 to do it.
Wow.
So just so you know.
What?
Yeah, the
Wow.
funeral
Oh,
home
God,
can't do
DT,
it.
that is so bad. That is so bad.
So they have to bury it along, I mean. they have
No,
to-
we get, they would give it to the family and then they could melt it or do whatever.
No,
they
I mean,
wanted
the
with it.
funeral home, if the dentist doesn't do that, so can the.
Oh, we either bury them or cremate them, and we don't mess with teeth and stuff like
So,
that.
so you just come there with like with your cup or something and you just say, all right, give me the gold. Drop it in the cup.
Yeah. We play Yahtzee with it.
No,
Give me the gold. That's hilarious.
you're out of control, dude. You're out of control.
I've
Thanks,
got a
Eric.
friend. I've got a friend that does stuff like this.
There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool, Jeff.
I like that, Jeff.
Robert Wheeler.
Oh, that's
It's a
cool.
It's a laser engraver thing.
Nice.
He does cups and keychains and he done a number of things for my fly-in. He made, he had a little metal dog tags that he burnt fly it if you got it and the
Cool.
stuff on it. And he did that one for what was that, Moonshiners, and gave those to Cody to give out for pretty much for free.
Yeah.
He does a bunch of one wheel stuff and with that group that I ride with and gave that away over there as well. So he's a good source for
And Eric, if that's anything that you think you
novelties.
would want to do.
pair of novelties. If you can give him a picture, he can burn it on something. Yeah, he does pretty cool work.
Oh, a couple other thoughts I just had, a couple other announcements too. I don't know if you guys heard this last night between all the mumble jumble, but so Saturday night, I don't know if it's gonna be just for registered pilots or for everybody, but Saturday night after flying. Saturday night, yeah. So dinner will be provided, spaghetti dinner from the Bad Apples.
Sweet.
That's pretty good. So don't have to worry about cooking that night. And then I did hear a rumor that someone is going to be coming and renting out one wheels and electric scooters and electric bikes too.
Wow.
One wheels. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about all that.
They can borrow mine.
Hopefully there's a liability waiver associated with
Yeah,
that.
I see
That
more
guy.
injuries on one wheels than paramotors.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
I
can
won't
borrow
partake.
mine. Because this done broke me twice in 6 months now.
Yeah, I'm glad I've got my 9-bot. I'm good.
I'm on my 9-bot too. I'm digging my 9-bot.
Well, I've broke an ankle and a knee in 6 months, so the one wheel's not the way to go.
No,
Well,
no one wheel
Damn,
for
Jeff, you've seen some shit, man.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here right now with my right knee fractured. I just got over my right ankle being shattered and broke all up from the one wheel.
you don't have
Drink some
belts
milk,
around.
dude.
Well, I had a little old kid that I guess seeking some attention, and he had a spark throwing thing on the back of his. He slam it down and it throws sparks out the back when you're riding it. And there was 2 pedestrians walking up. Well, he come flying by me and pulled over in front of me and throwed sparks, and I eat into him. And he's a little old 11-year-old boy, so I tried not to cream him too hard, and I turned out to get the broke up. It run off with my right leg and twisted it up till it popped. So I went and got a $7,000 X-ray and a strap-on brace and 2 crutches, and here I am sitting.
Damn, I'd have sold
Yeah.
you that for $4,000, buddy.
Dude, I wasn't gonna. I generally break all kinds of stuff and don't go to the doctor, but this one had some discoloration, and it was. I've never seen my knee look this bad, and I've tore it up pretty bad snowboarding and skating and in my past, and it was a flipper and swelled up all the way to my toes pretty much from my knee. And I was like, wow. So I went, and here I am, dadgum in debt now for hospital bills. But anyway,
Did you see the numbers? This should make you feel better, Dave. All of the guesses that I see are 400 or greater.
Oh, believe
From
me,
the chat.
I
oh wow,
still would love John Wayne to be correct in the 200s. That would make
Wow.
me feel really good, and that everybody's gonna say,
I would feel better if it were in the 200s
I
myself.
know. That's all
You might
right.
have a better chance of landing.
I'm looking at,
Selfishly,
I'm looking at
yes.
what
Yeah, you're right.
Philip, don't stand up, but I'm looking at your shirt. Oh wait, I gotta wait till Sean's done.
I'm sorry. I was just sharing that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay, but I don't know. Does anybody else don't stand up, Philip, but does anybody else recognize his shirt? Because I think it looks just like this one here.
God.
Brand new.
Brand new,
Is that what
Nick.
you're wearing?
Love it.
Oh,
this is
Lord.
from,
I love that show.
Now we need to
This is
talk
from-
about Elf
like it.
and
That's sorry.
from a guy in the air, Mike Haley.
Yeah.
He does a Paramotor shirt company. So that one
There you
there.
go.
Nice,
And
Is,
it's
there
a
was-
wingtip touch.
Yeah.
nice.
nice.
There was
He's
a
a
couple
guy
of
that-
questions in the chat.
What's that?
There were a couple of questions in the chat. One was Bill H. He's saying, isn't there an RC fly-in the week before
Yes.
Bad Apples?
So that is happening this week right now. It's called Ceph. It's supposed to have 500 people in attendance, which is really why I was worried when I was hearing people were showing up this week, because it's their field right now. So it's like people are in their field while they have rented out this field, which doesn't seem right to me. So, but yes, that's there. It's one of their biggest RC events in the country happening at Bad Apples right now.
Dang.
Oh,
So when is the best time for us to actually go to Bad Apples? I mean, what's the earliest we could go there and we're not in anybody else's way?
I'm not going to tell anybody. Everybody here has already made their plans. So what Tim Gaskins has asked is for people not to show up until at least Wednesday so that we can set up the field.
Okay.
I know a lot of people here are going to be here quite a bit before that, and that's okay. I think everybody here is graciously said, okay, I understand where I need to park to stay out of the way, and that's awesome because everybody's working together. Go have fun. But I mean, so Tim is actually in the hospital right now. I mentioned that last night. He's having a procedure tomorrow. And but I talked to him today and I said, listen, man, I want to give you out some ideas that I think that might help for next year. I said, what if we just made this a week-long event? I mean, I don't want to go over Mother's Day, but what if we started this on Monday? Because people are coming anyways. Because a whole week, I said, that's what they do at Foot Drag. That's what they do at a lot of these places. So that's something I'm going to talk about possibly doing. Another idea, and it's not going to be a popular idea, but it might be a fair idea. And again, not every idea I have is a good idea for sure. But maybe, as I mentioned before, I was going to go ahead and jot down every electric where the hookups were and what was on each pole. Although Eric seemed to have a better idea already than I do. But maybe making those electrics lottery, I don't know, just so that people that can't get there till Thursday, but still want an electric, that they still have a shot of getting it. Again, maybe not a popular idea, but might be a fair idea. So those are things I'm going to discuss with the people that plan it and see what they have to say.
So as far as electric is concerned, you just got the hookups there. What if people want to bring generators, and how long can we run the generators? Is there a time limit that we got to cut it off at night?
No, there's not. I know like at Moonshiners, there was an area last year where people who wanted quiet could be there. You know, someone had said to me a while ago, this is a fly-in and it's going to be loud and there's going to be generators, and get used to it. And so I don't want to restrict anybody from having electricity, because there's some people that have to sleep with a
CPAP.
Yep. And what are you gonna do? Tell them they can't run their generator and they can't be safe?
Oh,
So I think we got to be accommodating to everybody in that, and that's the only fair thing to do.
I think most of the heat comes from the tenter people, the people that are camping in tents,
Yeah.
beefing on the generator.
Although I was at a fly-in, a very small fly-in, the Para Freight Fest over at fly PPG last year, and some guy had his generator pointed right at my front door, like right next to me. I'm like it was like,
Like the
I'm like,
exhaust?
I just went on the middle of the night and unplugged the damn thing. I said, oh, did you have that on? Idiot. So, and then I explained to him the next morning, yeah, maybe you should turn it that way, and it probably won't go off at night. No, I didn't do that. I didn't.
Tony
unplug it.
Marzano's asking if there's usually someone with a welder there.
If there's somebody with what?
A welder.
A welder.
A welder.
You
Hey, I'm
know,
just reading it.
I've run into this before.
There-
One of
there
my
is.
buddies had an exhaust break, and Mac Hodge has a welder on site.
Yeah, there is somebody that can get welding done down there.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
So not to volunteer him, but in a pinch, he's done it before. Yeah.
I think if I broke my unit bad enough that it needed welding, I don't think I'd get back in front of the.
I'm done.
I'll
No.
see y'all next time, y'all.
Hey, I had my MY19 little plate on my Parajet snap when they kept snapping. Remember that period about 2 years ago? That was at the Swanee fly-in. Travis Burns just zip tied that thing back together. He said, fly the rest of the time, you'll be fine. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, just zip tie, it's fine. Like,
If you're gonna break your paramotor, there's no better place to do it than at a flying, you know?
Yeah, well, I
Very
mean,
true.
if they didn't know you when they got there, they know you when you left.
Yeah.
that's right.
I always said that you can fart on somebody and they'll forgive you in a couple of days, but if you shit on them, they'll talk about you for years.
Never heard that one, but
Right?
is now in my arsenal of things to say.
There you go then. There you go, Grandpa.
Crazy. Well, good. I'm glad that we can run generators. And I mean, think about it. 5 o'clock in the morning, somebody's going to be turning on, starting up their paramotor.
Yep.
So it's not like
What's the
you're going to be
difference?
sleeping in at
You
all.
know, and think about this too. I mean, the electric is a big deal, and it's a great convenience and luxury for everybody. But how many fly-ins really have electric, anyways? I don't know if any other ones that I can think of.
It's the only place I've ever seen.
Yeah, so we're used to running generators. We're used to doing that. So it's a luxury, but it's not a necessity. So there's that.
Absolutely.
We're all gonna have a great time. Regardless, we're all gonna have an amazing time. And it's gonna be a flying that years from now we'll be like, God, remember 2022? Holy cow, there was 600 pilots. Insane.
Yeah,
So your number has changed to 600?
Hey, no COVID, 725. I'm calling it.
I'll be bringing a couple jars of some stuff that burns blue, so we'll be laughing at somebody.
But let me ask you this, John Wayne. John Wayne, have you heard of anybody that was there last year that says, I'm not coming?
No, I
everybody's gonna
haven't.
do it again.
I haven't.
I mean, if you don't come this year and you were there last year, you're gonna have a serious fear of missing out.
Yeah, I think so.
Big time.
I mean, even
Oh,
if
I agree
even if
with
you
you.
can't fly,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure gas prices won't affect some of this though.
No.
There's gonna be a lot of people with
Oh,
big
hell
rigs.
no.
We
No,
fly
just-
$12,000 aircrafts. A little more gas is not gonna make a difference.
take
Yeah,
an
that's
Uber.
true.
Take an Uber.
12,000.
If it's so busy, I mean, you reach a point of diminishing returns eventually to the point where it's much more entertaining just to sit and watch it all happen.
yeah.
Just to get out there in the middle of that stuff,
And that's why I asked that question, because I'll fly Monday through Wednesday and maybe make a flight Sunday morning. I doubt, maybe I'm wrong, but I plan on my role is I want to make sure that everybody's safe and everybody's happy. So I don't plan on doing so much flying, but just watching, Ripa calls it the carnage. No, but just
Carnage.
watching the carnage.
Yep. Just bring a
Just
video
watching
camera.
and hanging out and laughing and drinking. That's what's the fun,
Exactly.
And judging.
And eating
Don't
ice
forget judging.
cream, right, Will?
Uh,
Eating ice
yeah,
cream.
ice cream. Are you gonna
Yeah.
fly a lot? Are you planning on flying a lot, Eric?
I'll fly at the first part of the week. But I got to say, we did fly during Bad Apples last year. And the only reason we did fly is because they had the air patrol out there, and I really think that's the only flying we've been to where they're guiding people in, and they did a phenomenal job
Really good
at
job.
doing it. So even if they have 700 pilots, you have, and that was one thing I was going to say, is you have to know that you're not looking over your shoulder at people coming in. You're watching the guy that's guiding you in or out. That's the most important thing, because they're waiting for the guy that is landing.
Yeah.
And then once he's cleared the field, then they're going to tell you to go. They're not going to tell you to go if somebody's landing. So that's
Appreciate
the best, ever. And when it gets that busy, you have to have that. And they did a phenomenal job last year. So Jade and I, we did fly during the fly-in, and we had fun because, once you get up and you get out away from the field, guess what? You're lucky to see a few people.
Exactly.
I mean, there's so much space to fly around.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's some really nice places to go to, like the rock quarry. Oh my goodness, that's like the most beautiful water in that quarry I've ever seen. It's amazing. And there's a bunch of other. So what are some of the other things that we can go and fly to, like a good cross country over at Bad Apples, other than the quarry?
You should check out the prison, Sean. Just go fly over there.
No, I was thinking about flying over it, then landing
on.
there and saying hi, give everybody high fives.
Yeah. Hey, you say hi to Dave's family.
There's a lot of open land, a lot of beautiful area. Yeah, it is a national park, but you can see from up above the cemetery, I forget.
Veterans Memorial Park.
Yeah, there's that. I was actually thinking about taking a drive out there in the day, maybe if I have time during the early part of the week. That'd be kind of cool to go see, actually. But and Eric, to your point too, if you are up in the air, if you do decide to go fly, isn't it so cool to come back in towards the LZ and you see just so many people flying at once? That is such a cool picture.
It's not a problem landing. I mean, it freaks you out when you're thinking about, gosh, now I got to go land in this mess.
Yeah.
But the runways are so long that they keep a spot for you. I mean, unless you don't know how to fly. I mean, but if you know how to glide in, you're not going to have any problems. No DP that wasn't geared towards you. But no, you have no problems coming into land. I mean, there's plenty of room.
Yeah, no one flies midday. So, if you want to fly midday, you'll be the only one in the air.
I was about to go out, but I forgot I took my trailer back to the storage area. I was going to bring in the wands to show you, but you'll see them right away. You'll notice them, and they're going to really make a difference too, to that point. So I appreciate that, Eric. One other thing too, you had asked earlier, Sean, about etiquette. Yeah. And this is a big pet peeve of mine at fly-ins, and I made mention of it in that video, and I'll talk about that video in a second too, what I did with that today. But I can't stand when I see people go out to the field with their glider, lay out the glider, and then they walk all the way back, and 20 minutes later they're coming back with their motor, and it's like, oh my gosh. Take your freaking glider with your motor on your back out to the LZ and set it up and get up and go. Because there's people that are trying to launch. And if you're, let's say you just set up and someone lays out right in front of you. Oh my God. It's ready to kill the guy.
Now, Dave, with people parking across by the pond or that area that's not opened yet, is there going to be a problem walking back and forth across the inactive runway?
No.
Shouldn't be.
No.
Take your 9-butt.
Yeah, no, that won't be a problem at all.
Okay.
That won't be a problem at all.
That's
the
where
video.
Eric's going.
So rather than having Tim Gaskins pull everybody away from their day and do a pilot briefing, what I did today was I took that video that I put out a couple months ago or weeks ago, and I shortened it way down just under 6 minutes. So as you're standing there filling out your registration form, you can hit all the quick bullets that apply to right there at the flying. It doesn't talk about when you get here, you can drive up to we cut all that out. So in under 6 minutes, you get your whole pilot briefing, and then you don't have to be called back and disturbed the rest of the time.
That's good. That's really good. I like that.
Smart.
So I have a quick question for the panel. If you're flying head on, like we see each other, which way do you turn to avoid?
Both turn right.
Both turn to the right.
I had a guy on quarry turn left in front of me. So I always try to tell everyone that I meet, all right, if you're flying at each other, both turn right. See and avoid. Because that was a scary moment.
And
Philip, back
always-
at you. Who has the right of way? Launching pilot or landing pilot?
The
Ooh.
landing pilot.
Good question.
I gotta think landing.
Right. Yep, landing is correct.
Because they cut the motor off.
And you know what? At a fly-in, it probably shouldn't be. Because if you think about it, the landing pilot can see everything on the ground and the pilot set up to take off can't see squat behind him.
But that's why we have the air marshals now with
Yeah,
the.
no, I understand, but I'm
directive.
just saying, when you have a lot of people together,
Yeah.
that rule should probably be reversed, but
And it's also a
everybody
good
knows it.
idea to wear your reserve and get up and get away from the LZ where it's so congested. We don't want to see you do barrel rolls and all your acro either. If we do want to see it, we'll look at you like a mile over there. We can still see you. We don't want to over the LZ where people are trying to land and launch.
Yep.
If anybody sees any issues, please don't hesitate to bring them to my attention. There's already certain people in my mind that I'm going to have conversations with when they get there, people who are old friends of the show, who have done some sketchy things at recent fly-ins. And I'm just going to kindly say, have a great time. But if you do this kind of stuff, I'm kicking you out. Very few people, but I'm not looking to win any friends. I'm only looking to keep people safe and go home with all 10 fingers and all 10 toes and have everybody have a great time.
Yep.
Well,
Nobody
Dave,
nobody needs to push the envelope at the fly-in.
I agree. And so
D-bad, like you said earlier, D-bad.
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm gonna be sleeping until like 10 each morning. Ask me to keep it down. I'd appreciate
Oh,
it.
that's shocking. I'm shocked.
That's
And he's
right.
in bed at 8 too.
It's
So
like I'm sitting down.
Not far off, man.
I know. Like, I like this Will dude, but he keeps my grandmother's hours. I don't get it.
I even get it before you.
An awesome event this year.
I can't wait.
I'm
And
giddy
what-
as a schoolgirl.
How many days is it? 19?
All right, guys, I've been summoned by the wife.
All right, I'm
Have a
not
good
that
night.
giddy.
Good seeing everyone.
Bye. Be safe.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, Philip. All
So is
right.
it really 2 weeks away?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you believe it?
I know.
2 weeks and some
plus.
change.
Yep. 2 and change.
I plan on getting there on the 12th. I'd really like to get there on the 12th
Okay.
and hang out and go fly before the crowd really comes in because, Friday and Saturday, it's going to be crazy. But I do love watching, like last year when everybody was coming in, the sun was setting, beautiful sky. It was just amazing. And all
I
you
remember
saw,
you and I were standing next to each other, admiring it together.
and all you
Yep.
saw was all these, I mean,
So
100
romantic.
I know, it was
We
just
were kind of like,
adorable.
his head
Just
was on my shoulder. I was
adorable,
holding
man.
his rear end. It was great.
I drooled a little bit on you, but whatever. I'm
All right.
But yeah, it was
Goosebumps.
amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So yeah, in the chat, anybody planning on going to Bad Apples? If you are not a pilot yet, are you planning on going to Bad Apples and just hanging out with us? Let us know in the super chat. Other than that, it's almost 9 o'clock. Anybody else have anything? I see Jim over there yawning. He's wishing he could smell some maple syrup money.
If you're thinking,
Moose meat. Something.
Moose meat.
This
Anybody
was
else have
fun
anything?
tonight. This was totally
Good.
fun.
Hey, Jim,
Thanks, David, for
good
hanging with us.
posts, Jim. Your Facebook posts today. I loved them. Yes.
What did Jim?
Unless it was yesterday. I don't know. It could have been yesterday.
On Facebook or?
Yeah, there's a picture of you you can just tell you're just loving it up in the air, man. And I'm so happy for you, man.
That's thank you, man. That's my new screensaver.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, my wife took that picture. Wow.
That's
There
great.
you go.
I'm gonna answer a question that I see in the chat, if that's okay. C. Mahoney says, sorry, but how can I warm up my motor and also be quick launching, stand by the flight line and warm up, then go out and set up? So it's a great question. And one of the rules that we have is we don't want people starting their motors in the camping area, because there's gonna be a lot of kids, there's gonna be a lot of dogs. You know, you definitely throw the thing on your back, take it out to wherever you're gonna, you know, set up, you know, drop your motor on the ground, and don't drop it, place it down on the ground, lay out your glider, put it on your back, warm it up for 60 seconds or 2 minutes, it's just standing there. The point I'm trying to make with that, C. Mahoney, is there's a lot of time to, like Eric was saying, to walk to that far side of the field sometimes, and then walk all the way back. That's a 3-minute walk, it seems like. And then you get your motor on the back, and your glider's just laying in the middle of the field for 5-10 minutes until you're about to take off finally. It doesn't need to be like that, you know, not just launching or landing, but also, or not just launching, but also when you land. For me personally, when I land, I put my glider down facing it, I rosette it and pick it up and walk straight off the field that quick. And that's what I'm hoping everybody does, so that.
Okay, so motor out first, then bring your wing out. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I do is I throw my motor on my back. And I do this pretty much every time I go fly. I put my motor on the back, I take my glider, I walk out to the field, I'll put my motor down on the ground, I'll lay out my glider. Then my motor's right there already. I'm not walking back to my camp area to go get my motor. So that it saves us so much time, and we can get more people on and off the ground safely that way.
And here's something, guys.
So Will, I'm sorry, Sean, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Here's something, guys. For all of you that foot launch, it's really nice to have like a retractor trike or something you can bolt on your machine when you go to these fly-ins, because all you do is you hold on to your wing and you roll yourself wherever you want to on the other side of the field. So much easier than foot launching.
Now, with that being said too, I mean, from my triking time, I always kept my bag in the harness pocket or something like that, my wing bag.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll ask Mr. Lear, is that how he does that as well? So that when I landed, I put my thing in my bag and I put it on my lap, and then I zipped off the field.
We sit on ours. We sit on ours, extra cushion.
On your, okay, perfect. Yeah.
On the wing bag.
The wing bag, not the
Like
wing.
just a stuff sack, basically?
Basically, yeah. And then when we go off, we'll quickly, you know, get it wrapped up, but we'll taxi our wings off the field, you know, so we're not on the runway. And then once we drop the wing, we'll get out quickly, rosette it, put it in its bag, and then we have our bag in one hand, our throttle in the other, and we cart across, you know, wherever we have a free spot. And
Eric is being very humble, because if you really see Eric, he lands and taxis all the way back to his campsite and then lays his glider down.
that's because I'm lazy.
Hey, Will,
because you know what you're doing.
How do you do it with your 9-bot as far as setup and takeaway?
You know, I mean, the only thing what I would hope to do if I flew and it was busy is fly to set up as close to the flight line as possible. You know, otherwise I would have to do what David suggests, and that's, you know, put the motor on the back and truck. I wouldn't bring my 9-bot. I wouldn't bring the Segway.
The 9-bot can carry it. With my big old butt, my motor and my wing, I have got on that 9-bot and I have gone a pretty good distance. So
I could do it, but then I'd have to go back and drop off the Segway, or else leave it there.
Yeah, just leave it where you know, way over there on that one side. No one's gonna mess with it. Right? Just turn it off to the side, and then
just
fly.
Take your 9-bot over.
And then then you go fly. Then when you land back where your 9-bot is, pack up everything, get on your 9-bot, and come back.
Nice thing too, with all the air marshals out there, if you should have a failed launch, they can help you get reset very quickly, get you back up off the ground.
That would, if I was somebody that was going to fly there and was as new as I am right now, that would be my concern. It's just not wanting to hold people up and, you know, F things up for people that are trying to set up or land. I'm not flying this year, but if I were, that would be my huge, I would be very nervous.
Why aren't you flying?
I've got some stump issues, and I haven't been able to
go
fly
up on
since
an introductory
August.
flight with me.
Wheels.
Well, yeah, but I'm not bringing my motor and my wing, basically.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to say something about that. If you're new and you're flying at a flying like that, you shouldn't put yourself in a position to where if you do botch a launch, that you feel the pressure of having to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you just
Absolutely.
give it a try but do what it takes to stay relaxed and you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because when I botch a launch, it takes me some time to get shit figured out, you know, to get everything set up, get my lines cleared, all that stuff. And I'd be a nervous wreck at a fly-in if I was doing that.
But that's where mistakes are made, and that's why you shouldn't rush. When, I mean, even though you're holding somebody up, they need to understand that, you know, you're resetting up and you, I mean, don't take your time, but, you know, make sure you're safe. So your next launch isn't a botch launch.
And
And after
everybody
that
knows
happens a
that.
couple times, you know, move off the field, let people go, and then, you know, lay it back out, try again.
Yeah.
Everybody was new once and everybody out there knows that. And if they get
Yeah.
all upset, tough.
Yeah, well, there shouldn't be anybody that could say, well, I don't know what that feels like, you know? 'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all know.
y'all, you know, nobody knows anything until they know something, you know what I mean?
From
You don't
everything
learn
I've ever-
something until you learn it.
I
So
learn something every day.
everybody's a rookie at some point with everything.
Yeah.
I think
There was a-
everything I've seen, you feel a lot of community support when you do botch a launch because there's everybody trying to help you get back up.
Oh, yes. Oh,
So
yes.
it's nothing to be
Get
ashamed
this
of.
asshole off the field. Go, go, go.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I've never seen anything other than everyone trying to help someone that botched a launch. I mean, no one's like, oh man, you're such an idiot. No, they're like, here, can I help you open up your wing? Can I help you with this? Can I help you do this? You know, and they help you. I mean, it's a big family, and there's not too many people out there that are mean or cruel or say anything. Actually, I've never heard that before. It just, there's a lot of really wonderful people out there.
I've seen one guy break 3 props at a fly, and people were loaning him props at the end. All right, dude, we know you done bought. We know you done bought 2. Just loan me this one. If you tired up, you got to buy it. If not, give it to me at the end.
That's great.
I mean, they were loaning frame parts and prop parts. Just give it back at the end of the flying. So
I only bring one prop, and if I break it, I'm done flying.
I got a couple spare blades.
Yeah, I do too. I got a
I
whole
do
van
too,
full
but
of
I'm not
them.
going to
I'm
bring.
gonna bring mine. I'm gonna bring mine this year just in case someone needs it.
Oh, you know they're gonna be
See
selling them
that?
there.
Just like that. I mean, he's always somebody trying to help, you know, just like that.
Somebody came looking for a prop at Moonshiners. Yeah, I don't remember who it was. And I was busy and I said, yeah, there's one in the van, go get it. And I didn't know who it was. He said, well, how much? I said, I don't know, look it up and find me before the end of this, you know? And he did, you know, I still don't know who it was.
Well, guys,
That's
I
funny.
am, unless there's any other questions, I'm gonna get to sleep because I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, I think it's good to
Yeah.
roll this up and wrap this one up for a great evening.
Yeah.
David
Great job.
Wolf, I thank you for jumping on, and
Thank you,
for
Dave.
if you want to do some shameless plugs, go for it, dude, real quick.
Nah, I got nothing to plug.
We all know it anyway.
Come on,
We all know it.
plug the bad apples, plug your stuff.
Oh, we already did. That's it.
Yeah.
Actually,
Wait, what's
there's,
bad
if
apples?
anybody can subscribe, I'm at 2,999 subscribers right now. Just need one more.
I'm already subscribed.
Yeah.
Now,
who's gonna
if
be number
I
3,000?
delete it
I
and
don't
then
care.
resubscribe,
Doesn't count.
oh,
Doesn't count. No, I got nothing to plug, but thank you though. Just, I'm excited to see everybody at Bad Apples, and I just want and pray. I'm going to be praying a lot for everybody's safety and both getting there and being there and getting home. And I just want
Good
everybody to have a
weather.
great time and work together to make this a great community event and support Resurgence. There's
There
that.
you go. There you go. I want to see videos on Facebook. I want to see what's going on. I'll be
I will say
watching.
this. I have a surprise. I have a couple of surprises. And Will Fly is in on one of those surprises.
Oh,
oh,
He's a part of the
Oh,
video.
like
That's in the
surprise.
process. He's not gonna say, it's just gonna be a real different type of YouTube fly-in video, right, Will?
It is. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I am too.
PG-13.
You ought to be excited. It's gonna
To be
be.
this to be seen, and I'm hoping to get it out before the fly-in's even over. I just need some footage. So
Mm.
it's gonna be pretty cool.
Is it going to be rated PPG?
That's
It
what I
will be
was
rated
wondering.
PPG. All right. Good night, guys.
Very
Thank
cool.
you.
Good night.
Thanks, Dave. Have a
Good
good
day,
one.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'll take care. Good night.
All right, guys. Have a
Thanks,
wonderful
Sean.
evening.
Y'all too. Been a blast.
Definitely had a great evening. You want to do a shameless plug real quick for you guys? Jim, start with you and your printing.
Okay. Care PP. If you want some printing done, connect with me.
Oh, I like that. You rhymed. Care PP. You want some printing done? Get with me. I love it. It's your tagline.
That's good.
And
CarePPG.com.
Care PPG for Paramotor family.
Your Paramotor shenanigans. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Paramount USA, you got some stuff going on, right? What's going on Thursday?
Well, then, let me tell you.
Oh, all right.
Paraglidingtalk.com on Thursday night with your host, Robert Michaels. So what does Robert say at the end of the show? Come on, everybody. What does he say?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
If I don't see you on the air, in the air,
Here.
I'll see you on the air. Remember, that's what he always says when he closes the show. I don't see you in the air, I'll see you on the air.
Awesome. And that's Linda Anderson. If you want to be on our show, just go to ParamountUSA.com, get up with Linda Anderson, and she'll book you on the show.
Yes. Shout out to my chatters tonight, because we're still live, right?
We're still live right now. Yeah, we're closing
Okay.
everything out.
The chatters and viewers, thank you so much. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you coming on our show tonight. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Had a really good time. And Jeff, it was really great to chat with you tonight. I got all of your links down below in the description. So if anybody wants to go over and see Jeff's YouTube or his Facebook, everything is down there in the description. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Is there anything that you want to leave us with? Anything special or not special?
No, we'll just leave it with what it is. We'll save some for another show.
Sounds good. You said you are gonna be at Bad Apples, or may or may not.
Yeah, I plan on getting there Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
All right, good deal. Well, I'll see you there for sure. I'll try to find you. I guess
Eight or
Thursday I'll be
8
there.
or 9th or something like that. Yeah, I'll definitely find you guys. I generally pull in and turn left near the road down there, because I get up and I'm in the air with the chickens with Bob Curry blowing his horn in the mouth. It ain't me, it's him with his horn. But anyway, we normally get in the air first thing and get out of there, and so yeah, I'll be there and be ready to party with y'all. Bring a couple of jars and some good stories.
Sounds good to me. Can't
And a lawn
wait.
chair. And a lawn chair.
Oh,
Yeah.
who needs a lawn chair? Just sit on your
Well,
dumb butt.
I'm handicapped on one side.
Sounds awesome. Jeff, thank you again so much. Appreciate you being on the show, bud.
I'm glad y'all let me do the show, and I'll be back. Thanks, y'all.
Oh,
Absolutely.
you're welcome. You're welcome to join us anytime. Monday nights, just jump in the Zoom.
I will get
See
up
the
with
link,
you.
just come on in.
I will hit you up in the inbox and find out more. I'm sitting on my butt for another week or two.
Okay.
Well, another week anyway, but I'm gonna be walking by next week somehow or some way.
I hope so.
Great, you are.
Yeah, I am.
I'll see you in about 2 weeks.
Yes, sir. Y'all take care.
All right, bud.
Good night, y'all.
All right. We also got Will Fly from Will Fly PPG. You got some special things going on your channel.
Yeah, man, I'm working on another video. And first, hey, Jeff, thanks really for clicking in. It's been a great show. But yeah, check out my channel on YouTube. It's Will Fly, or go to willflyppg.com.
Eric Lear, you want to plug your show for tomorrow and your wife's show
Shameless
for
plug time. All
It
right.
really is.
Yeah, so, if you would like to look into some paramotor apparel, you can go to tomahawktees.com, and every day there's new stuff being loaded into that apparel store, all the way from paramotoring to skydiving to pet gear to cups, phones, everything.
Wow.
Very cool.
You could also check out Northern Lights Paramotor for paramotor training in Northern Wisconsin. You can also check out Girls Just Want to Fly on Wednesdays. It's a female show that Jade puts on, and that is for females in aviation. It doesn't have to be paramotors, but it's anything from an astronaut, all the way to paramotors or skydivers or anything in between. And tomorrow you can check out Will's show, which is Tuesday night special or Tuesday night, and that's at ppglear.com.
Sounds
There you
good.
go.
You
And
heard that, Linda, right? We got to book an astronaut for our show. Okay. So
I know. Yeah,
that-
yeah,
that-
that's what it is.
that's your next thing, because he keeps on saying that over and over again about Jade's astronaut. So we're going to
Yeah.
have to do something like that. Hey, listen,
We'll
hey,
have John Glenn on our show.
do me a favor, Linda, get up with, there's a guy called Elon Musk. See if he'll jump on our show and just
Oh, crap.
I got his cell number. I'll
Yeah.
text it to you.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
I got him on speed dial.
He has to
Yeah,
he
no
has to
kidding.
borrow a couple dollars lately. I don't know why.
It's paying for Twitter, apparently. And John Wayne, thank you so much for jumping on and hanging out with us.
thanks,
John Wayne
John.
is a supporter of our show, and we definitely appreciate you, buddy.
All the time, dude.
Really? Yeah, man.
Cowboy. That's right.
Absolutely. All right. It is after 9 o'clock. Thank you so
All right.
much. Like I said, if you want any stickers, all you have to do is text me 501-747-3558. That is actually my cell phone number. So, text me. Yeah, we can talk about paramotors. Every once in a while, I could talk about paramotors. No, every single second I'm awake, I talk about paramotors. So just call me and then we'll talk about paramotors. That's all we do, right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
There you go.
Have a wonderful evening, y'all. And we will catch you tomorrow at PPG Lear, on Wednesday
Right there.
over at paramotorgirl.com, and over on Thursday at paraglidingtalk.com. You'll have a great evening.
That's all right.
Peace out, y'all.
Good night.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.